I was somewhere, I went to pray. Some people broke into the place. And I never knew they tracked me there. As they broke into the place, they buzzed the door. They told me to stand up. I prayed. I was lying on the bed. I stood up. I wore my clothes. They said, follow us. We were not masked. They were armed. They follow us. I was following them. I got to the reception. The receptionist was on the ground with a gun to the head. I saw some other people, the security man. I entered the car. I sat down.
Even when a man is called by God to become a pastor, there are people who will never see a reason to respect or honor that man. Some could just have hatred for ministers of God. Others could be as a result of jealousy or envy, especially by a fellow minister of God. Some of them forgot that God is a rewarder of men because he sees in secret, and he knows the evil men do against each other, and that is why our Creator says in Jeremiah 17 verse 9, "The heart is deceitful above all things, and desperately wicked, who can know it?" Hello and welcome to Holyghost Frequency channel. In this interesting chapter, Apostle Johnson Suleman narrated how some unknown gunmen traced him to a particular location he went to in a foreign nation. He narrated how the armed men who were not even wearing a mask abducted him, but while they were on their way in their vehicle, they engaged Apostle Suleman in a discussion. Then something strange happened. Follow Holyghost Frequency on Facebook to get more amazing content like this. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the notification bell in order to get more posts from this channel.
Sir, that is how David fell into sin. And the child of sin was sick. David was fasting and praying for the child to be well. The child died. After the child died, he cleaned up his face and was moving about normal. The servants were confused. The child was sick, you were weeping. Now the child is dead, you should even be groaning. He said, the Lord has done what pleases him. God said, this one is a man after my heart. Many are offended at God, like Job, that was ready to take God to court. Many are angry. They say, I've never, Lord, you see what has happened? Who are you to strive with your maker? When God kills, no arrest. If God comes for you, there's nothing anybody can do. Never be offended at God. It doesn't matter what you are going through. You may go through a shaking right now. God has a plan. Never let God give you what you want, tell him to give you what you need. Because what you want can destroy you, but what you need empowers you. Am I talking to somebody here? Am I talking to somebody? God has a plan. It's when you understand that you are in the whole of his hand, it gives you peace. Something happened some time back. I was somewhere, I went to pray. Some people broke into the place. And I never knew they tracked me there. As they broke into the place, they buzzed the door. They told me to stand up. I prayed. I was lying on the bed. I stood up. I wore my clothes. They said, follow us. We were not masked. They were armed. They follow us. I was following them. I got to the reception. The receptionist was on the ground with a gun to the head. I saw some other people, the security man. I entered the car. I sat down. From their tonation, I knew they were not Nigerians because they were Africans, but there was a particular tribe, the country they come from, and they were communicating. I sat down. One of them sat here, another sat. I sat at the middle. One sat here, one was driving, and I was very calm. I was just listening. I said, "Where are we going?" They said, "Keep quiet." I said, "It's okay. It's good. Let's go." After about 5 minutes, they say, "Who are you?" Obviously, they don't even know me, so they were imported because somebody didn't want to leave traces on my picture. Say, "Who are you?" I say, "I'm a man of God." They say, "Man of what? God." This what is that one? We know God, we know man. So which one is man of God? I say, "I'm a pastor." The guy applied the brake. "You are what?" "A pastor." He said, "I said it." I said, "What?" He said, "Everybody we carry before we kill them, they pee on themselves." He said, "You are just calm." I said, "Of course, because I know you can't kill me." He said, "You said what? Did you see what you are holding?" I said, "Leave this thing. It's for human beings. You can't kill me." You are so confident. I said, "Of course, because I know God is in this car now. He's with us here." One of them said to me, "You're a pastor?" I said, "Yes." And he said something. It's going to make you laugh. He said before he started this business, his late mother prayed for him. Business, this skill in his business. And his late mother said to him, "There are 3 people you must not touch. Number 1, pastors." He said, "Because you touch them, their boss will come for you. Number 2, orphans. You touch them, their boss will come for you. Number 3, widows or widowers." He said, "Avoid them." He said, "So even if I'm giving any assignment, these 3 set of people," he said, "Please you will leave this place. On Sunday, you will go to your church. You will do a Thanksgiving and dance. He said, we will send people there if you don't dance. I said, what do we do? He said, we're taking you back. They took me back to where they picked me from, dropped me, and apologized. But what am I picking out? The state of my heart, no shaking. Why? Because I wasn't offended. Oh Lord, why? No, I know He has the best for me. So I was just walking. I walked in there. I didn't pick. I didn't call nobody. I didn't nothing. Even after I landed, I still didn't call my wife. Hey, I just escaped. Oh, hey, Only wake up. Thank God for me. Thank God for me. Thank God for me. Oh my God. Am I talking to somebody? Some things will happen. My wife say, "Why did you tell me?" I said, "So if I tell you now, if I tell you that thing now, your blood pressure goes up. You are worried." I said, "No, I give you testimonies and victory. After I've come out of the battle, we'll discuss it." Am I talking to somebody here?
Apostle Johnson Suleman further advised his listeners not to focus on the things that they do not have despite their prayers, but they should rather focus on what they got even without praying. He also narrated how a man lost his only son and how he reacted and what God did for him, which was a big miracle.
You lost the marriage, you've not lost your life. You lost the job, you've not lost your health. Never celebrate what you've lost. Appreciate what you still have. Your hearts. Your heart. Please, can I give you a counsel? Don't focus on the things you didn't get despite your prayers. Don't focus on those things that you never had despite how you prayed. Focus on the things you got without praying. Never focus on the things that you lost despite your prayers. Focus on what you got. If there are things that God did without you praying, it just came. David had a good heart, a heart that was appreciative, a heart that was grateful to God, a heart that always knew that God has the final say. Never be offended. Never be offended in God, sir. Never be offended in God, man. Never be offended. Never be offended. Never be offended. A man had a son. That was, it took him about 7 years to get that boy. At the age of 2, the boy was sick and the boy died. And this man, after a while, came to church. While he was in church, every message being preached, his hand was on his jaw and was asking God, what kind of life is this? The wife would cry. At the end of the service, I said I wanted to see both of them. And when they came, I said, sir, God said you are angry with him. He kept quiet. I said, God said you are not happy with him. He kept quiet. He said, how can I be happy with God? I'm fine. I said, no, God said you are not happy. And the wife said, can you speak and say the truth? He said, what do you mean say the truth? How can I be happy? How can I be happy? He told me, say he had built 4 churches. He built this, he built that, he built that. And God allowed his only son to die. I said to him, who gave you power to build the church? Who gave you life to build those churches? Who gave you the baby? Who made you what you are? I said, don't be offended in God. And we prayed. 2 months later, the wife got pregnant. And I speak to you, they have a set of triplet now. But first of all, God had to correct his mindset. There are many people who are just coming to church, not because they are excited. They have so many questions they want to ask God. So many questions. So many questions. Someone gave me a list long, about 11 questions. I should ask God and give him an answer. And the questions, I was scared. Terrible question. There are people like that who are asking God, Father, are you still alive? Did you kill him? Are you still on the throne? Did you dethrone him? There are people who are asking God, where are you? And yet he gave you bread. I refuse to be offended in God. Blessed is he that is not offended in me.
You can support Holyghost Frequency by joining our membership team in order for the gospel to keep expanding. Check out our recent videos displaying on your screen. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell in order to see more posts recommended to you. Thanks for watching.